All right, so you want to know how to pitch anything to anyone.
Well, we're diving deep into Oren Klaff's Pitch Anything today.
This book, it's a total game changer.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really is. You know, I've read a lot of books about pitching,
Mm-hmm.
but this one really stands out.
Yeah, and it's not just about like, boardroom pitches or,
Right.
investor pitches or whatever. It's like anytime you're trying to get your point across to anyone.
Klaff, he dives right into the psychology of why traditional pitches fall flat.
Yeah, why all that like logical data stuff, it often just
Yeah.
doesn't work.
Doesn't resonate,
Just
right?
doesn't resonate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He introduces this concept of hot cognitions.
Oh, this is so interesting.
It is
It's like speaking to the emotional part of the brain,
the croc brain, he calls it.
the croc brain.
You know, that primal part of us that makes decisions before we even realize it.
Yeah.
You know, Klaff actually cites neuroscientist John Dylan Haynes' research.
Oh, wow.
And this research reveals that our brains,
Mhm.
they often make decisions
Wow.
before we're even consciously aware of it.
That's so wild.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So it's like while you're busy, like, laying out all this like
Yeah.
logical stuff.
Your beautiful PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, exactly. The croc brain's already made up its mind.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, nope, not interested.
Yeah.
But knowing that
Mm-hmm.
gives us a huge advantage in crafting pitches that actually work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where this frame stacking comes in, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Like, how do we actually use this?
Yeah. This is his kind of framework for pitching,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all about a sequence of 4 frames.
Oh, use of 4 frames.
4 frames that are designed to trigger these hot cognitions.
Well, like each frame builds on the next.
Exactly.
I love it. Okay, so let's break it down.
All right. So frame number 1 is the intrigue frame.
Intrigue. Okay. I'm intrigued already.
Yeah, you got to set the stage, right?
Mm-hmm.
You grab their attention with a story.
Oh, I love stories.
You too, yeah.
So is this like his, like that man in the jungle analogy?
That's exactly it, yeah.
Yeah.
Create that tension, that resolution, make them want to know what happens next.
Oh, it's like those movie trailers?
Yes.
Where they're like, and then,
And you're like, what happens next?
I need to know.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to be a literal jungle, of course.
Right.
But think about the story Klaff tells about his partner, Joshua.
Oh, yeah, the sushi story.
Yes, the sushi story. Joshua's just casually wiring millions of dollars while having sushi.
It's such a good story.
It is.
And it just like totally draws you in. You're like, who is this guy?
Yeah, and it makes you kind of want to be like Joshua.
A little bit. Yes, maybe.
So how can you apply this to your own pitch? What's the jungle in your scenario?
Yeah, what's my jungle?
What's that challenge you're facing that's going to grab your audience's attention?
So instead of just like, launching into all the details, like boring everyone to death, we start with a story, right?
A story that hooks them emotionally.
Makes them care.
Exactly.
Okay, I like it. All right. So we got the intrigue frame down.
All right, so we got intrigue. Frame number 2 is the prize frame.
The prize frame. Ooh, this sounds interesting.
This one's a little bit counterintuitive
Okay.
because instead of like, trying to convince the other person that they need what you have,
Right. Like the normal way.
you flip the script.
Oh.
You position yourself as the prize.
So wait, I'm the prize.
You're the prize.
Yeah.
You are the sought-after solution.
Oh.
You're the opportunity.
This is blowing my mind a little bit.
I know, right?
But I kind of like it.
It's about shifting the power dynamic.
Okay.
So it's not about being arrogant. It's about showcasing your value, right? Creating that sense of scarcity, of desirability.
Oh, it's like when you go to buy something and there's only like one left
Exactly, yeah.
and you're like, "Ooh, I got to get it.
I gotta have it.
I got to have it." Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Remember Klaff's story about going to adopt a dog?
Oh,
The
yeah.
adoption counselor is grilling him about his suitability.
Oh, like he has to prove he's good enough for the dog.
Exactly.
It's such a good example.
It is a really good example.
Okay, so how do I apply this to like my pitch?
So think about what makes you or your idea so unique.
So instead of me like begging someone to listen to my idea,
Right.
they should be like, "Please tell me more."
Exactly. Yeah, they should be like, I need this.
I like it. Okay, so we've got intrigue, we've got prize. What's next?
Right. So we got intrigue, we got prize. Now we introduce the time frame.
Time frame. This is where things get a little urgent.
Yeah, you got to inject a little sense of urgency.
Not in a sleazy way.
Right. No, not a sleazy limited time offer kind of way.
Okay.
It's about acknowledging that, look, time is valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Decisions need to be made.
Okay.
And Klaff, he talks about this deal train, leaving the station.
Deal train, I love that.
Yeah. So it's like, hey, this opportunity, it's valuable. You need to hop on board before it's gone.
Yeah.
Think about it. If you see a limited edition item that you really want, you're more likely to buy it before it sells out.
Absolutely. I'm a sucker for that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And it's the same principle here,
Yeah.
right? By introducing a time frame, you create a sense of scarcity
Okay.
and you encourage action.
So it's not about being pushy.
No.
It's about setting like a clear timeline.
Exactly.
Okay, I like it. So we got intrigue, prize, time frame,
All right. Last but not least, we have the moral authority frame.
moral authority.
This is where you really solidify your position.
Okay.
You establish trust
Mm-hmm.
and you align your pitch with shared values.
Oh, interesting.
It's about showing that you're not just in it for yourself.
Okay.
You're driven by a higher purpose.
Yeah.
This is where Claff's example of Mother Teresa really comes into play.
Oh, yeah. Such a good example.
Yeah. She was able to challenge the authority of doctors,
Mm-hmm.
by just showcasing her unwavering commitment to serving the poor.
Yeah. Powerful stuff.
It is powerful.
So how do I do that?
Yeah, well, you got to figure out, what are the values underpinning your idea?
Okay.
How do you demonstrate that commitment,
Right.
in a way that resonates with your audience?
So it's really about like connecting with people.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? It's about building trust,
Yeah.
It's going beyond just delivering information.
Oh, wow. My mind is blown.
I know, right? It's so much more than just a pitch.
It's like a whole philosophy.
It is. It really is.
Okay. We've covered so much ground. We've gone from like the power of these hot cognitions
Yeah.
to frame stacking, all 4 frames.
I think we need to take a break.
Yeah, let's let this all sink in.
Let it all marinate. And when we come back, we'll delve even deeper.
I can't wait. This is good stuff.
Okay, so we've talked about how our brains work, when it comes to persuasion.
Yeah, and how important it is to tap into those hot cognitions.
Exactly, those emotional triggers.
Right.
That's what makes Claff's frame stacking technique so powerful.
Yeah.
It gives us a practical way to actually do that.
Yeah.
We've already talked about the intrigue frame and the prize frame,
Right.
but let's dig a little deeper into each one and how to really master them.
All right, let's start with the intrigue frame. We know it's about grabbing the listener's attention with a captivating story.
Right.
But what are some actual tips for crafting a story that really hooks people?
Well, remember that man in the jungle analogy we talked about?
Yeah.
It's all about tension and resolution.
Mm.
So start by, really painting a picture of the challenge, the problem.
Like what's at stake?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's at stake? What are the potential consequences?
Mm.
You got to make the listener feel invested in the outcome.
It's like writing a mini movie script.
Yeah, kind of. Setting the scene, introducing the characters, and building suspense.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to get a little creative,
Oh.
Think outside the box.
So it's not just about listing facts,
No. It's got to be engaging.
All right, so what about the prize frame? That one was a little mind-blowing for me.
Yeah, I know. It's counterintuitive, right?
It is.
But it's about positioning yourself as the prize.
Right, I'm the solution.
You're the sought-after solution.
Yeah,
But how do we do that without sounding arrogant?
right.
Well, it's all about subtlety.
Okay.
It's not about bragging. It's about highlighting your value, your expertise,
Right.
in a way that makes you stand out.
Okay.
Make people feel like they're getting access to something special.
Oh, exclusive.
Yeah, exclusive.
Yeah.
So instead of just listing your qualifications,
Right, like a resume.
yeah, frame them in a way that shows how they benefit the other person. Okay, I like it. It's about showing the value I bring to the table.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's move on to the time frame.
Okay, time frame. This is where we add that sense of urgency.
Yeah, but without being pushy about it.
Right.
Claff talks about that deal train leaving the station.
I love that analogy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, hey, you got to get on board or you'll miss out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's important to do this ethically, of course.
Right.
You're not trying to manipulate anyone.
Yeah.
You're just creating a clear timeline for decision making.
So are there certain phrases I can use?
Yeah, instead of saying limited time offer, which is cheesy.
Right, totally.
Yeah, you could try saying something like, I'm only taking on a few new clients this quarter. Or, this opportunity is only available until date.
Yeah, I like that. Much better.
Yeah, right. It says boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's talk about that final frame, the moral authority frame.
Okay, moral authority. This one felt really powerful to me.
Yeah, it's about aligning your pitch with shared values,
Hmm.
showing that you're not just in it for yourself.
Yeah.
Remember Mother Teresa?
Yeah.
She was able to challenge authority figures
Mm.
simply by showcasing her commitment to her cause.
It was so inspiring.
It was. So how can you do that in your own pitch?
Hmm.
What values underpin your idea?
Right.
How can you demonstrate your commitments to those values?
So it's really about connecting with people on a deeper level.
Exactly, yeah. It's about building trust.
Yeah, showing your authenticity.
Exactly.
Okay, wow. We've covered so much ground.
Mhm.
Intrigue, prize, time frame, moral authority.
Yeah. And we're starting to see how these all work together.
Yeah, it's not just like a random collection of techniques. It's
Yeah.
like a story, a narrative.
Exactly.
And it's all about creating a connection with the listener.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing stuff.
It is. All right, so what's next?
Well, in the next part of our deep dive, we're going to talk about how to weave all these frames together seamlessly. Create a pitch that flows and keeps the listener engaged from beginning to end.
Sounds good. I'm ready.
All right, so we've broken down those individual parts of Claff's frame stacking.
Yeah, all those frames.
The intrigue, the prize, the time frame, the moral authority.
Right, right. And each one, like, super powerful on its own.
Oh, yeah.
But I think, like, the real magic happens when we start, putting it all together.
It's like building a house. Each frame is like a foundational piece, and together they create this structure that's just so strong.
Yeah, I love that. So how do we do that? How do we make sure, like, the frames fit together?
Flow, transition.
Transitions.
Yeah. You got to guide your audience through each frame.
Okay.
Build the momentum as you go.
Okay.
So let's say you're pitching a new business idea.
Mm-hmm.
You might start with that intrigue frame.
Okay.
Use a story to highlight the problem your business solves.
Okay, so really get them, like, feeling the pain of that problem?
Yeah, exactly. Like, really paint that picture.
Mm-hmm.
Make it vivid, make it real.
Yeah, okay.
Then, as you transition to the prize frame,
Okay.
you could say something like, now imagine a world where that problem no longer exists.
Oh, I like that.
Right. And then you introduce your solution as the prize.
Oh, that's smooth.
The answer they've been waiting for.
Yeah, so we're not just, like, jumping between frames.
No. You got to flow.
We're, like, weaving them together.
Exactly. And then as you move into the time frame,
Yeah. Okay.
you could highlight, the limited window of opportunity.
Oh, that FOMO.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Emphasize that, hey, those early adopters, they're going to reap the biggest rewards.
So it's, like, urgent but not pushy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then finally, as you transition to the moral authority frame,
Okay.
you tie your business back to a larger purpose.
Ooh, I like that.
Right. Show how it aligns with shared values, makes a positive impact.
So it's really like we're painting a picture, we're telling a story.
It's all about this story.
It is.
And it's not just the words you use either.
Oh, right. It's like how we say it.
Exactly. It's your body language,
Yeah.
your tone of voice, the energy you bring.
Yeah, like would you be more convinced by someone who's like, all nervous and mumbling?
Right, exactly.
Or someone who's like, standing tall, making eye contact and like passionate about their idea?
Yeah, no brainer. Right.
Totally, yeah. It's contagious, that energy.
So practice, get comfortable with those frames.
Okay.
Let your passion shine through.
I love it. Wow, I feel like this has been a complete game changer for me.
Yeah.
I have like a whole new set of tools now to go out and pitch anything.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And remember, this isn't just for business pitches.
Oh, right.
These principles, you can apply them to anything.
Like getting my kids to eat their vegetables.
Exactly. Negotiating a raise.
Oh, yeah. Convincing my friends to go on that crazy trip.
There you go. See.
Endless possibilities. So what's like one key takeaway you want everyone listening to like really remember?
Remember those hot cognitions?
Hot cognitions.
Don't be afraid to tap into that emotional side.
Yeah, tell stories.
Tell stories. Connect with your audience.
Connect.
Yeah.
And frame stacking. It's a roadmap.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, that was awesome. I feel so much more confident about pitching now.
That's great. That's what we want.
Go out there and, be persuasive.
Be persuasive. Have fun.
Have fun.
And believe in yourself and your ideas.
Beautifully said.
Mm.
All right, that's it for our deep dive into Pitch Anything.
Until next time.
Happy pitching, everyone.